guys, I'd like to talk to you today about The Alternate from 2021. Written and directed by Alrik Bursell, it is a fab take on the recent trend we've had of people looking at the possibilities of other selves. We've seen a lot of it with Into the Spider-Verse, Multiverse of Madness, the Loki series, Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's just getting into like MCU type stuff with massive overarching plot lines and bigger picture type stuff going on, whereas this is more of a personal take. This is more, what if you met you from another reality and they were better at your life than you were? Because that's a fun and comforting thought, isn't it? But for all that it's a bit unsettling, it is fantastically captivating. It's really good, solid sci-fi, and it really draws you in. And I'm not the only person to think so, because it was nominated for a stonking 15 awards, I believe, of which I can't possibly remember them all, so just let me check my notes. They won Best Actor, Best Sci-Fi Feature, Best Ensemble Cast, Best Film, Best Cinematography, and Best Feature Director. And that's only to name a few of them. Seriously, it just like scooped a whole bunch, and they are all very well deserved. Seriously good film. I'll come back to just the raving about it. It stars Ed Gonzalez Moreno as Jake and Natalia Dominguez as his wife Chris, and you might actually remember them from their having worked together on freshman year, and I don't know if that history together has served them well or if they are just really good together and just really good actors and actresses, because the vibe they have together, it really sells this whole notion that we have choices we make, that we can either come together and work together and survive stuff, or we can choose to fall apart. It is very much in our behaviour and in our power to control, and they both just really exemplify this. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I totally get the awards, frankly. I did spend, that said, a lot of my time screaming at okay, not screaming, but I was very frustrated. I was that person shrieking at the film all during it. I was very glad I didn't see it in the cinema, but I'd been kicked out right quickly. But yeah, it's frustrating and really entertaining in its own ways, in almost the old horrible Jerry Springer vibe type stuff. This has nothing to do with the film. I promise you there is no Jerry Springer in this film. But in the going, no, why would you go? No, So yeah, look forward to that. It's great. Probably you won't react like me because you're not having cartoon character faces, but you know what I mean. You will if you watch it, and you should. I do have to address my little elephant in the room problem with it, which is that I found it a little bit hard to concentrate during the first half of the film because I could hear Jim Broadbent from Hot Fuzz in the back of my head going, "A great big bushy beard!" And that's because the beard does have a little bit of a stuck-on vibe. But that is my only beef with the visuals. The rest of the effects and the general look of everything is fantastic, and the cinematographer Jason Josepha and visual effects supervisor Zeke Faust seriously delivered on this. I have seen big budget films and TV shows that have nothing of the almost tactile believability of this. I seriously, tip of the hat, I really thought they absolutely nailed it. They deserved all of the awards as well as all of the nominations, so that is absolutely right. My only other beef, I would say, with the film, and it's not really a beef, it's more of a whinging about the character being an utter numpty, because if you, like me, and you watched anything like Stargate growing up and you see a big old portal, you should probably do what they did and get a big old diving suit with the oxygen line or something you can bolt shut so that when you stick your head through the portal like Jake does, if it turns out to have fluidic space on the other side or no atmosphere at all, or just no possibly vaporizing stuff, which wouldn't be ideal even with the diving suit, then you've got something better to handle it than just Jake going, "I'm sure it's fine, woo," through it. So yeah, I did shriek a fair amount at that bit. But aside from that, I did get this fantastic 90s sci-fi vibe. I mean, it made me miss Sliders really badly. Do you guys remember Sliders? I might be showing my age-ish. But yeah, just really good, solid sci-fi vibes. I even actually had a Are You Afraid of the Dark flashback. Do you guys remember the Chameleon episode with Tia and Tamara Mowry? If you watch it, you'll get what I mean. It was just the unsettling and fantastically creepy whilst being fantastically sci-fi type stuff. I did really enjoy that. But mostly, if anything, it reminded me of The Outer Limits. Just the the way really good sci-fi stuff like that would try in a very short amount of time take on a massive concept and present it to you as an option. Like, what would you do? How would you handle this? How would you possibly process this out of this world concept? And it does that. It could have been a massive cheese fest. It could have been a complete and utter cringe type situation. There is definitely a scene in which I cringed. I'm sure if you watch it you'll understand where I mean. But instead it did the good sci-fi thing. It took you to a place that made you think, and that's what sci-fi is supposed to do. So again, just super impressed with Alrik Bursell for nailing it, frankly. He took a situation where I was frequently angry with the main characters and blew us out of their world along with ours and just made you think, which is just so good and so valuable in films. It's all too easy to sit back and just you know, mindlessly popcorn it, which has its value in its own way. We all need to check out a little bit over here and there. That's what escapism's for, guys. But I really enjoyed how completely drawn in I was by this film. Angered, yes, sure. In the good way, in the sense of wanting to shake the main character, going, what are you doing with your life? But that's not the point. It's a thoughtful and gripping film where someone else might have done it and it be a over-the-top cheeseball, just extravaganza of sci-fi don'ts, and instead it's really seriously good. I mean, it's worth a watch even if you don't want to look at your own life choices and think about what you do, but you can look at Ed's, and like me, you can shriek at him. But either way, you should definitely watch it, because The Alternate is just worth every award it was nominated for and everything it's got. It's a really good film. I strongly recommend it.